Hi. So Kanan Gill published his first novel, Acts of God. I ordered it, I read it, and here I am sharing my thoughts about it. So, to put it in simple words, it's a science fiction humorously mixed with a philosophical take on life. Yes, you heard it right. It's presented in the most complex form of storytelling that I have read so far. So here's what it is about. We have Dr. Krishna and his best friend slash colleague Dr. Perina, who both are genius level scientists who are working hard on this one experiment for years, and it just needs one right outcome and it's done. But there are two hindrances to it. Read people who are in the way of making that happen, and they are private detectives P. Manjunath and his assistant Heng. This is the simplest version of this complex Venn diagram of a story that I personally could tell with a straight face. I'm familiar with Kanan's style of writing through his comedic sketches and stand ups and those precious blogs which he used to write years ago. I'm not a stalker. What I mean to say is, I'm so familiar with his style of writing that I ended up reading this book in Kanan's voice and style in my head. This spicy take on life and making peace with it is presented in the form of simulated universes created by Dr. Krishna and him playing God to these universes. And each time the outcome isn't met with, its fate is destruction, which is the act of God, the title. The humor part dominates the science fiction mystery, which is silly, stupid, but funny and self aware, and it pierces your heart at the right spot with its hidden deeper meaning. Each random silly thing or incident starts to make sense at the end as the pieces begin to fall together, and at some point Kanan breaks that fourth wall and addresses the reader directly, which feels amazing, just like Fleabag. I would also like to point out that Kanan's sense of personification of human feelings and objects is just like a prose blooming with each sentence. Though I would like to admit that I found a few things in the entire book quite irritating and annoying and unappealing, but finally the whole story makes these spots fade away. Like revealing important pieces of information at the convenient time as the story progresses was one of the few things which I found irritating and annoying. The weird creativeness with which Kanan has imagined this story is quite astonishing, and it genuinely reflects his love for science. Like artificial intelligence in a piece of wall or a tile who can paint and literally do any job it is assigned, or an HT pin who gives genuine advice when a problem is pointed to it, or a Czech writer who conveniently becomes a Swiss writer when she enters Switzerland, and many other numerous things which you can't avoid smile at. And this exactly is the beauty of this whole reading experience of this book that Acts of God is. To not give out spoilers, but to give a little hint at what you are entering into. It's a mix of the three body problem, Westworld, and a good place. Think of these similar themes, but a little more funny, wacky, weird, silly, self aware, whatever you call it, but quite impactful. This book will be a bumpy ride full of meaningful, important philosophy to ponder on, but with a smile on your face. By the way, Kanan, just wondering, are you by any chance volunteer B age 33?